Hey everyone, welcome back to Arts24. Today, we're diving into something that probably hits closer to home than you think, that dreaded access denied message. We've all been there, right? But have you ever stopped to consider the real impact of these seemingly small digital roadblocks? It's not just a minor annoyance, it's a potential cultural and economic earthquake. Stick around, because we're about to explore the surprising and potentially disturbing butterfly effect of these AI hiccups. Is a simple error message really that big of a deal? You might be shocked. Let's get started. Okay, let's break down what happens when you consistently hit that access denied wall. First, the obvious, user frustration. You try to access something, whether it's a piece of art, a research paper, or a simple online store, and bam, denied. You get frustrated, you give up, and you move on. That's level 1, user frustration and abandonment. It sounds simple, but it's the pebble that starts the avalanche. But it doesn't stop there. Repeated access issues lead to reduced engagement. Fewer page views, less time spent on the site, fewer transactions completed. Think about a museum website. If people can't easily view the collections online, they're less likely to visit in person, less likely to donate, less likely to engage with the art. It's a downward spiral. We're talking about the erosion of a community's connection to its own culture. Imagine trying to access a virtual art exhibit, only to be blocked time and again. It kills the excitement, right? The impulse to explore and discover fades away. That's level 2, reduced engagement and activity. And then comes the real killer, the erosion of trust and brand damage. If a website or application is consistently unreliable, users lose faith. They start to perceive the organization behind it as incompetent or, even worse, uncaring. Negative reviews pile up, social media explodes with complaints, and the damage is done. Think about it. A major arts organization whose online archive is constantly inaccessible due to permission errors starts to look like it doesn't value its own collection or its audience. That's level 3, erosion of trust and brand damage. Ouch. Now, let's zoom out and look at the broader picture. These access problems create a vacuum, and that vacuum gets filled by competitors. Users actively seek out alternative websites or applications that offer similar services or content. A small indie art platform with a seamless user experience suddenly looks a lot more appealing than a clunky, error-prone behemoth of a museum website. This leads to a boost in user acquisition for the alternatives and a shift in market share. It's like a digital gold rush, fueled by frustration. The adjacent industry impact is real and significant. This increased demand for better access control systems also drives innovation. Companies invest in research and development of more sophisticated and user-friendly solutions. We see a surge in tools for monitoring and diagnosing access-related issues. And new companies emerge, specializing in access management and security. It's a reactive innovation, born out of necessity, but it's still innovation nonetheless. But is it fast enough to counter the damage? Let's talk about the socio-economic impact. First, there's the simple matter of productivity loss. Users waste time trying to access the website or application, searching for alternatives, and contacting support. Employees may be unable to perform their job duties if the website or application is essential for their work. Think about art historians trying to access digitized archives for their research, or graphic designers needing specific stock photos for a project. Every failed access attempt is a drain on productivity. But it goes deeper than that. Businesses that rely on the website or application for sales or customer service experience a decline in revenue. Reduced economic activity ripples through sectors that depend on the platform. Imagine an online art gallery that suddenly can't process payments due to access control issues. Sales plummet, artists lose income, and the entire ecosystem suffers. It's a stark reminder of how interconnected our digital and economic lives have become. The economic disruption is not just theoretical. It's a real and present danger. Perhaps the most concerning impact is the potential to stifle innovation and progress. If the website or application is a key resource for research, education, or collaboration, the access issues can hinder advancement in those fields. Think about scientists trying to access research data, or students trying to complete online assignments. Every barrier to access is a barrier to learning and discovery. It's a slow burn, but the long-term consequences could be devastating. We're talking about a potential brain drain, a slowing of the pace of progress, all because of a seemingly simple error message. And let's not forget the ethical dimension. If access control is not implemented fairly, it could unintentionally discriminate against certain groups of users. Bias in algorithms, lack of accessibility for users with disabilities, these are real concerns. What if an AI art generator consistently denies access to prompts related to certain cultures or ethnicities? That's not just a technical glitch. It's a form of digital discrimination. It's crucial that we address these ethical considerations head-on. Now, let's zero in on the message itself. You don't have permission to access the page you requested. What is this page? The website you are visiting is protected. For security reasons, this page cannot be displayed. Repeated instances of this message point to significant problems. From a technical perspective, it screams access control issues, incorrectly configured permissions, authentication failures, session management problems, or even bugs in the access control logic. It could even be a vulnerability that a malicious actor could exploit. From a business standpoint, this translates to lost user engagement, decreased conversion rates, damage to brand reputation, and increased customer support costs. If the inaccessible content is related to revenue-generating activities, the access issues directly result in financial losses. Imagine a museum charging for access to a virtual tour, only to have users repeatedly blocked by this error message. Refunds, angry customers, and a damaged reputation are the inevitable consequences. The business risks are substantial. And ethically, the vague error message lacks transparency. Users have a right to understand why they are being denied access. Providing more detailed information would be more ethical. For security reasons is simply not good enough. It's a cop-out that breeds distrust and frustration. Think about the message it sends. We're not going to tell you why you can't access this. Just trust us. That's not a sustainable model for building trust in the digital age. So, what can we do about it? On the technical side, we need to thoroughly review and test access control mechanisms. Implement robust authentication and authorization procedures. Monitor system logs for access control errors. And, crucially, use a more detailed error message to help the user understand the problem. Please log in. Contact support if you believe this is an error. These are simple improvements that can make a world of difference. Rate limiting can also help prevent denial of service attacks caused by repeated access attempts. From a business perspective, we need to track user engagement metrics to identify access-related problems. Provide clear and accessible support channels for users experiencing access issues. And regularly audit access control policies to ensure compliance with regulations. Proactive monitoring and responsive support are key to mitigating the business risks. And ethically, we need to ensure that access control mechanisms are fair and non-discriminatory. Protect user privacy by implementing strong security measures. And be transparent about access control policies and procedures. Transparency builds trust, and trust is the foundation of a healthy digital ecosystem. We must strive for fairness, transparency, and accessibility in all our digital interactions. So, there you have it, the surprising and potentially devastating butterfly effect of that seemingly simple access denied message. From user frustration to economic disruption to ethical concerns, the ripple effects are far-reaching. It's a reminder that even the smallest digital errors can have significant real-world consequences. We need to be vigilant in addressing these issues, both technically and ethically, to ensure a fair and accessible digital future for all. What do you think? Have you experienced these issues? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching Arts24. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the intersection of AI, art, and culture. Until next time.